Got off a mindset coaching call today, and someone was having trouble figuring out what to say to her audience and who's going to care what she has to say. And our coach knocked it out of the park, and I would have gotten on sooner, except we just got finished having a thunderstorm. Kristen's advice to this young woman was, what ticks you off? Although that's not the word Kristen used. What ticks you off? Talk about those things. What ticks me off? Why am I so passionate about disease prevention? By the way, I'm wearing a pink t-shirt. I don't like the color pink. I don't like stereotypes. What really ticks me off is that more doctors do not discuss disease prevention with their patients. But even more than that, I'm in a Facebook group called Flat Out Love, and Lissa Sears' tagline is, one of them is, normalize being flat. Why is it so many doctors with their breast cancer patients do not offer flat as an option? My doctor launched straight into, after she told me my diagnosis and that she recommended a bilateral mastectomy because there were at least 4 known cancer cells in my left breast, she never mentioned flat. She just said, let's get back what cancer is taking away from you. By the way, how do you feel about implants? My immediate response was absolutely not. She went into great detail about a procedure that would replace my breasts with my belly fat and insisted that I meet with a plastic surgeon. I was having some trepidation about it, but it sounded exciting. It sounded like, sure, I'm going to be losing both my breasts, and yes, it's going to be heartbreaking, but hey, I'm going to be getting them back. This is great. But I still had some anxiety about it. After meeting with a plastic surgeon, I figured out pretty darn quick I did not have belly fat to replace my breast, and immediately launched into this wonderful sales pitch about the benefits of silicone implants. In the last 10 years, I have developed several friendships with women who were coerced into getting silicone implants to get back what cancer would be taking away. When I went in for my consultation, needless to say, I did my research. My doctor was really great. My surgeon was great. She said, when she recommended the bilateral mastectomy, there's 4 known cancer cells in my left breast. I found 1. Ultrasound tech found 2. MRI tech found at least 4. Final pathology, after my surgery, found 7. She told me, when we found the 4, to think about what I would or would not regret doing 10, 15, 20 years in the future. Don't make decisions based on your emotions. And yet, too many women are being preyed on at a very vulnerable time when they are losing their breast, being diagnosed with breast cancer, and they are not being told or given the option to go flat and discover that, hey, this is not the end of the world. I'd rather lose my breasts than my life. And my husband felt the same way, said he was only on board for surgery if it was necessary to save my life. He had more trepidation about my having reconstructive surgery than I did. It was only after I met with the plastic surgeon and discovered that my only option in his book was silicone implants, and he made it sound so simple and that I would look and feel like a woman again. Please tell me what a male doctor knows about looking and feeling like a woman. Near as I could figure, he was looking for somebody to pay for his ski trip over Christmas vacation, because my doctor was adamant about getting the surgery done before Christmas. She promised me she would have me looking and feeling almost normal by Christmas. She exceeded that expectation and then some. But with all the trepidation I felt about having reconstructive surgery, I went ahead and scheduled the surgeries anyway because I had to get it on the book soon. Went home, did the research. Long-term research. Women who've had reconstructive surgery with silicone implants, less than 10% of those women who responded to surveys would do it again 10 years later. The next morning, I wasted zero time calling my surgeon, telling her my wishes, I had some questions for her, called the plastic surgeon, canceled the appointment, called the OBGYN, went full speed ahead having my ovaries removed because it was an estrogen-positive cancer. Felt total peace as soon as I made those decisions. So since when do women need to have breasts to look and feel normal? Or feel like a woman again? Me being flat is normal 10.5 years later. But for the first 4 years, I wore prosthesis because I wanted to look and feel normal in public, and I didn't want anyone bringing up breast cancer unless I was the one who brought the topic up. By the way, these are silicone. They look like chicken cutlets. That's what my friend Ann said. And these are fit into this nice little bra, which looks remarkably like my old bra. The fitter did an excellent job fitting me. These are actually the equivalent of a 36C, which I was my size before I had children. I looked and felt normal. My muscle memory coincided. 36C felt normal to me. And I seldom left home without these for 4 years. By the way, if you want to know what my old bra looked like, I made my husband a present with my old bra. Yes, a squishy pillow with my former 38 double Ds. Do not miss them at all. Hot muggy days, no boob sweat, not dealing with rolling over, having breast pain, not dealing with, I don't know, let's see, no more mammograms, that's a top one. If you haven't seen my top 10 list on YouTube, it's why I joined Toastmasters, so I could give that speech. That video has been watched over 3,000 times. Yes, I'm nervous doing this Facebook Live. A fellow Toastmaster, not close personal friends with, but he certainly participated in a number of contests, had made the comment that if he wasn't nervous about giving a speech, it meant he probably did not care about his message. Think about that. My mindset coach said the same thing. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and moving forward and doing it anyway, because it is a message clearly you care about. And of course, we're all going to be scared. We aren't going to do it perfectly. By the way, who determines what perfection is? Nobody's perfect. Certainly I'm far from it. But I wore the prosthesis for 4 years because I wanted to look and feel normal in public, and I thought I needed breasts in order to do that. Guess what? Developed a shoulder injury. I think it was the shoulder. Yeah, and these only weigh a half a pound each. And for 3 weeks, I could not leave my home with these on, even though these were lightweight. Never asked God why I got the breast cancer, but I did ask him about the shoulder injury. And he told me to stop hiding, which brings me back full circle to my friend Lissa, who says, normalize being flat. Ladies, your breasts do not define you as a woman. Your confidence defines you as a woman. The number of people you love and who love you define you as a woman. And by the way, you are the one who gets to decide what a woman is and what a woman feels like. Because guess what? You are one. And you have decisions to make. And you can decide that this is normal and that having breasts is not, because you would much rather be alive without breasts than dead with them. Now I'm going to circle back. Disease prevention. I wish I had known this lesson 10.5 years ago. 90% of this is preventable. We get to choose which genes we turn on that contribute to breast cancer and disease and which ones we don't. So much of it is based on how much sugar we eat. By the way, I'm teaching a sugar workshop this Saturday. Women's church group, putting the finishing touches on it. Anybody wants to hear before then, let me know. We get to choose Whether or not we turn those genes on by our stress levels. Another reason why I use essential oils, by the way. Stress reduction. I forgot to valor up. Very calming, very centering. Who doesn't have stress in their lives, ladies and gentlemen? All of us have stress. And guess what? Whether we lose our breasts or not, 90% is under our control. Now, I can't control whether or not I get breast cancer, but I can certainly control whether or not it comes back or shows up somewhere else in my body. And so can you. So what ticks you off? What are you passionate about? And if you could share a message about anything that ticks you off, what would that message be? Because guess what? Somebody somewhere needs to hear your story because they know that you relate to them and that they can relate to you. Have a great day.